Hey, Curt Hennig fans. Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. I'm your host, Steph. Alongside me is Matt Collins. Everyone knows him if you actually watch my Black Magic Talk show. He is my co-host for Black Magic Talk. And just to let you know, we are going to have a show this week. Last week, I just wasn't feeling it. But we're going to talk all about Thanksgiving. And I'm hoping that we have a special guest, though I don't want to spoil the surprise, but they haven't given me their information yet. So cross your fingers on that one. So we're going to talk about tomorrow at 8:30. We're going to talk at, 8:30 my time, 5:30 your time, Matt. We're going to talk about everything about Thanksgiving and what it means to us. And then, of course, down here, I have my wonderful little brother, Alex. He is usually on with me and Angel on Pro Wrestling Talk. So how are we doing, guys? We ready for these matches and superposed downs?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay, great. So I just want to let everyone know that Pro Wrestling Talk is every Saturday, usually at 8 Eastern Standard Time. However, because the pay-per-view is this coming Saturday, Survivor Series, which we just previewed last night, we will be on Sunday at 7. So Sunday at 7, make sure you get the changeover Sunday at 7 o'clock. And then we'll be on till about 9 o'clock. And then, of course, we have Black Magic Talk tomorrow. Of course, and because I have to go in early, that's why it's going to be recorded a little bit earlier. But we definitely will get the show in there, and then we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. So right now, we're going to talk about Rick Rude because this is a Rick Rude bonus special. Matt, tell me, have you seen any Rick Rude matches, and have you seen the Superpose Down?
I have seen lots of Rick Rude matches, not in ages.
Okay.
And I've definitely not seen the pose down, though. No, that'll be new for me.
Okay. Do you know what a super pose down is?
Yes, you were explaining it to me.
Okay.
I think sometime. I forget.
Probably on Wrestling Talk.
Yeah.
Just want to put that. This is a giraffe. Okay. Let me go to you, Alex. Do you know, have you watched Rick Rude stuff? And have you seen a superpose down or know what a superpose down is?
I think the Rick Rude stuff, it was probably when I was in your show with Angel is when you showed the Rick Rude stuff, I believe. No, I don't know what the superpose down is. So
okay, well, you're both gonna get educated tonight on what a superpose down is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. Gonna watch it's just a tag match that they had with the Ultimate Warrior, and so it says Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude versus Kerry Von Erich and the Ultimate Warrior. This was a dark match, I believe. It was never televised because you won't hear any commentation. So you won't hear Gorilla Monsoon. You won't hear Bobby Heenan. Bobby will actually be at ringside, actually. So I'm going to go ahead. If it's too loud, just let me know.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat,
you can tell he's a fan favorite,
out of shape Rhode Island rugrats, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show you what a real sexy man is supposed to look like.
Might want to go get Curt Hennig.
Texas Tornado claps hands with the fans, but the Ultimate Warrior didn't to one.
Well, no, Warrior was just that kind of person that would just come down and go, ah, and shake the belt and, shake the ropes.
There were a lot of face wrestlers who didn't do that, like The Rock, Stone Cold, and
yeah. There was Jim Hellwig was just kind of an island onto himself. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear when there's fans cheering in your ear. Curt goes, huh? We'll get it in the ring, Jim. Whoa. Careful, you don't fall off that step. Yeah, Rick cut all his hair off. I'm like, what the heck is that? He cut all his hair off in 90. In 89, it was like this fro, you know? Like the long hair and the, you know. Come on, let's go. There's Bobby. A little talking, a little trash talking. Oh. Kind of hard to tell. I mean, wow.
That wasn't really a perfect sell by Mr. Perfect.
That was. Because notice how everyone is like cheering for the babyface because, you know, Curt's jumping around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Yep. Regroup. All right, here we go. Here we go.
No, I don't think I'm seeing a prosthetic foot from him. So.
I know. Carrie hides it very well. Oh. Mm-mm. He's jumping around.
I mean, he doesn't need to be that exaggerated with his self.
Well, no, but that's how you make the baby face look good. Hello. Thank you, Rick. I can hear you all the way over here. Damn, Rick, shut up. Yeah, don't call him Curt. You call him Mr. Perfect. How do you like that, Tornado? Yeah, Rick Rude. I guess you could call Carrie anything you wanted. Oh. You see the charisma here? The heels are getting what they deserve, and, you know, baby faces look like $1 million. That was Curt and Rick. Okie dokie. I'm just going to do this a couple times. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, Carrie knew how to control that prosthetic foot, apparently. I think it's its right one. I don't know.
One count.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, gotcha.
When you're trying to run, don't run into the opponent. Always look.
I mean, that was just a carry, you know. Oh, nope, nope. Ouch. That looks like it hurts. It doesn't. Oh, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn that running snap bear.
Interesting party trick.
I know. It's just, woo! Warrior, get down. Hiya. I think he did, Bobby. Ooh. Oh. Those look devastating, even though they don't, or they're not. They're hard.
Nice to when Jesus had John Cena in the
Bear hug. I don't know if you can tell. Really hard to tell that Carrie had a prosthetic foot, though he did, because he screwed up his foot when he was high. He always showered with his boots on, the boy said. Hello, ding. Oh, I love how Rick would sell that.
Yeah, it looks very soft.
Yeah, get out. No tag. No tag. Maybe that's why they grabbed his left foot instead of his right foot.
Warrior needs to calm down. I mean, come on.
Working on his leg.
Knows the difference between Bobby Heenan and Jim Cornette, how Heenan's mostly calm instead of...
Yeah, and Cornette's like jumping around and stuff. I'm like, damn, Jim, how do you have all this energy? Come on, Curt. Hey, let go of the hair. Let go of the hair. Let go of the hair.
He's like, yeah, keep grabbing the hair. My hair's hair. Oh.
Now you can see Carrie do this. Oh, let go. With Rick, there's really not much there to grab, you know, because he cut it all off. I wonder why he did that.
Oh my God, Warrior, stop! You're
just making it worse for Carrie. Yeah, you're not helping Carrie either. Oh. Come on, Curt and Rick. That wasn't much for Warrior.
Okay, we didn't need to see that close up there.
Yeah, really. Too close. Too close. A little too close.
He's like Mike Tyson the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look like Rikishi.
Trying to help you.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
The fans got excited for a second.
Right?
He did land a little weird on his right leg right then.
Yeah. You noticed that. Well, I think it's the right leg. But he screwed it up in one of the territories when he was high, and he had a prosthetic foot. I didn't even know that till I watched Jim Cornette's show. I was like, wait, Kerry Von Erich had a prosthetic foot? And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, maybe you can tell a little bit. But he used it so well. I mean, he learned to, wrestle with it.
There it is.
Wrong person. Wrong person. But that's what that's how the heels were supposed to be. Oh. Damn it, Jim, and your damn clotheslines. Oh. Whoa! God dang. Oh, man. There's the Warrior hawking up. We can stop watching that. Thoughts, gentlemen? We'll start with Alex. Alex, you can go ahead and give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, just a generic tag team match like we've seen so many times. Nothing special. You've seen it all before. So
it's weird without the commentators, because you're used to hearing, oh, that was blah blah blah, or he clotheslined him again, that kind of thing. Those dark matches, I've seen one with Curt and with Brock Lesnar, excuse me, and it's surreal, and that was in 2002. So I mean, it's like, I'm so used to having the commentary, you know what I mean, because I have seen a live show. Of course, I was up in the nosebleeds. I think it was 2001 or 2 that I actually saw. It was at Hershey too. It was at the new Giant Center at Hershey, PA. And it was cool. Just like I said, I was up in the nosebleeds, and I was a huge Stone Cold fan. So
what was your reaction when Mr. Perfect returned to the Rumble in 2002?
Awesome, because I was also a huge Mr. Perfect fan. I was literally like, oh my God, it's Mr. Perfect. I wasn't expecting it, it was kind of like a shocker, one of those surprise returns. And, I can remember thinking to myself, damn, he looks good. I mean, he really bulked up, and he really got into the gym and really, was working out and stuff. So, I was really impressed. I was really, really happy and impressed. Of course, I wasn't too happy when he was feuding with Stone Cold. I was kind of like, oh man, who do I cheer for now? I like Stone Cold, but I like Mr. Perfect. No, which one? Matt, let's go to you. What did you think about that match?
It was fun. Ultimate Warrior is like one of those action figures that you can only move his arm and leg up and down.
Yeah, that's Warrior for you.
Yeah.
Well, and he only had like a couple moves. I remember reading Bret's book. So this is Bret Hart. He was talking about in like July, I think it was July of 90. Excuse me. He was talking to Jim. Jim was like clotheslining him like all the time. And Rick said to him in the ring, said, you close me one more time, and I'm literally going to break your arm off and beat you with it. I was like, oh boy, okay, let's not piss off Rick Rude. Okay. Put that on the list. I will not be doing that. Now, a lot of people didn't like Jim because he didn't know how to wrestle. He was only there for the fame and fortune. And of course, he had a great body. So that really caught the eye of Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon also liked big bodies, big egos. And
like big sweaty men.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, he really did. He really did. And it's kind of funny how you have this, in your life, and you are a fan of this. I know, Alex, you didn't come till 91. So Matt and I are the older of the group. I was only 4 when this happened, but I mean, SummerSlam 1990 was where I first saw Curt Hennig versus, Mr. Perfect versus the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. And that's where I fell in love with Curt's wrestling. because it looked like he really did hit his head on the post, and that's how he lost the belt. So, and then he would eventually get the belt back much later. Or a little later, I should say. But I mean, he had it for 91. And then, of course, he would hurt his back by WrestleMania. And then he would eventually have to go home because he couldn't really do much with a bad back. And then, of course, he told Brett he would be there for 91, SummerSlam 91. So, like, within a year, I mean, we lost Rick Rude after SummerSlam 1990. He would go eventually to the WCW. And then in 91, of course, Curt would hurt his back. And, of course, we would lose him until, he would come back into the ring in 92 with Randy Savage. And, of course, we did a walkthrough or a watch along to that babyface turn, which is legendary in my eyes. I can't stop watching it. All right, so we're going to do the Superpose Down now. This is Royal Rumble 1989. So this is January. It just turned January 1989. I was almost 3 years old. Matt, how old would you have been?
I would have been 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, I was 3 years old. I would have been 3 years old in April of 89, excuse me. And Alex, of course, wasn't even thought of yet. That's why you're my little brother. Yeah, I was actually 5 when you were born. I was 5 years old. In 91, Matt, you would have been what, 9, 8, 9?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So he's bigger, he's older than both of us.
I think the first time I saw Mr. Perfect was on Regis and Kathy Lee, maybe.
Yes, with Lanny Poffo. Yes.
He was hilarious.
Oh my God!
No, it was with Ric Flair. It was with Ric Flair, and he spit his gum in Regis's salad. It was so funny, bro.
I was gonna say he was on with Lanny as well. He was actually on Regis and Kathy Lee with Lanny Poffo, who is the genius. Everyone knows that. And he actually did a card trick, a magic card trick. I was like, oh, Curt, how did you do that? I love that stuff. But he would not bowl Regis. They wanted Curt to bowl, and of course, being Mr. Perfect, he has to keep up that gimmick. So you can't really show off, because you never know if you're going to get a strike every time. Well, Regis was a little upset that he wouldn't bowl with him. And it's like, no, like, I got to keep up kayfabe. So he's trying to be nice to Regis and kind of be like, no, I got to keep up kayfabe. I have to be Mr. Perfect. So he did a little card trick, which I thought it totally blew my mind. At that time, I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I think I was probably about 3 years old because I think it was 89 when he went in there. It was either early 1990 or it was like really late 89. So I was 3, almost 4. I would have been 4 in April of 1990. So, and then of course when SummerSlam came around 1990, of course that's when I saw Curt for the first time. So and Kerry Von Erich. And I'm very sorry to hear what happened to Kerry in 93, though. I think pretty much I don't have any of you seen the Von Erich movie?
What movie?
Something Claw. Iron Claw.
Oh, yeah, that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Okay. I really didn't want to see it because I like Kerry. I thought Kerry Von Erich was a really cool wrestler. And huge. I mean, he was like really tall and stuff. And him and Curt had just amazing matches, because they were both second generation. Of course, the Von Erichs in Texas were very prominent in the Texas territory, as much as the Funks, Dory Funk Jr. and of course Terry Funk would also be very prominent in the Texas territories. But Fritz Von Erich, who is Kerry's father, and of course everyone knows Kevin is the only surviving member of the Von Erichs. David passed away in 1982 from a heart condition. I believe, Kerry, of course, deleted himself by shooting himself in the head. And then there was another brother that passed, but I can't remember his name at this time. But Kevin is the only one who actually survived. And there was 4 boys, and they all got into wrestling. Fritz Von Erich had that really weird gimmick. He was kind of like a Nazi kind of gimmick, which is it's weird, like how that all, and the rumor is that a gypsy woman didn't like his gimmick, his Nazi gimmick, and so she cursed the family, and that's why these brothers had tragic ends. But Kevin was the only one to survive from that tragedy. But I mean, Kerry, like I said, I've heard a lot of people talk about Kerry Von Erich, even Curt in that radio show. I am getting that together. That 100K is coming, so this episode will come out in like the middle to late December. So look for that, guys. It will be coming out soon. It's a bonus for hitting 100K on YouTube. I'm going to put it on YouTube and Rumble because I think we should, have both people enjoy it. But it is a radio show, and he does talk about Kerry Von Erich with such affection. I mean, the guy would literally give you the shirt off his back. That's how nice Kerry was. Of course, Kerry was always he was very heavily into the drug scene. So that's where I was saying, like, see if you can tell if he had a prosthetic foot, because I mean, I couldn't tell. I'm like, dang, he uses it so well.
Well, I noticed they didn't throw him all the way across the ring. They always would hit him like just a little bit. So I'll have to watch more of his matches and
right. Yeah. SummerSlam 1990 is a good one to watch with him and Curt. I know he was eventually in the AWA, and also I think he did a little time in Portland, maybe. So you may want to look for those two. Also, I just want to say on X, if you get a chance to, if you want to follow us, all of us have X's here, or Twitter as we call it. We used to call it. But we all have X's, and I will put everything down in the description field so you all have that information. And I just want to let you know, if you do follow me on X, you will get to see the new songs I just put out for Rumble. I outdo myself every time, and this is with help of AI. So everything is AI generated. Not that I couldn't sing a song about Curt. It's just I don't have a band following me around. I would need a band or some kind of karaoke stuff or something. But definitely, like I just these songs have completely blown my mind of how spot on they are, and how they're just incredible. I can't say enough good things about them. And they're all on the mark when it comes to, what a legend Curt was, and the stuff that he did in his career. And if you do get a chance to see about 2 minutes, because I can only post 2 minutes of the songs, but eventually at the end of every song you will hear, or at the end of every show, excuse me, you'll hear either one of them, whether you're on YouTube or you're on Rumble. I think they're done very good, and all of them, of course, made me cry because I'm a blubbering idiot when it comes to that stuff. Okay, so now we're going to move along to the Super Pose Down. It's time for the Super Pose Down. Now, Mean Gene Okerlund will be the announcer, so to speak. It will not be Harold Finkel. It will be Gene Okerlund. Of course, Ravishing Rick Rude will come down with Bobby Heenan. I'm sorry?
Did you say Harold Finkel?
Howard Finkel, yeah.
I thought you said Harold Finkel.
Oh no, Howard Finkel. He will give it over to Mean Gene, and then of course it's like the crowd will, like, they'll pose in front of the crowd, and then the crowd will say yay or nay whether they liked the pose that they did. So it's like I call it a super pose down. Yeah. All right, here we go. Share screen. Don't do anything. Okay. All right. So with a little bit of the ending here, this ending, of course, in the Royal Rumble, there's going to be Akeem, and then this is the big boss man here. They are heels in this. Akeem will be a heel for a little while longer. They will turn boss man at WrestleMania 6. And of course, this is the Dr. Style Slick, and then Sean Mooney. So we'll catch just the tail end of that.
Boy, what a short memory on a slickster, Jess. Well, what would I say? Some shady things going on with the $1 Million Man around. You can bet on that. Everybody.
The $1 Million Man supposedly bought someone else's ticket. Or like, you know how they would pretend to draw numbers for the Royal Rumble, which wasn't true. They probably already knew their numbers. But they would have this like little pool where they would pull numbers out and that was it was Ted DiBiase. He was supposedly stealing other people's numbers. So all right, here we go.
Looking for a better number. Oh, it looks like right now we're all set for the Super Bowl down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mean Gene Okerlund.
Dressed to the nines, he is.
Could you get a load of that?
All right, Houston.
Let's roll with
one that you
the
of
suit.
The world has been waiting for. Get ready for the Super Pose Down. Here is an opportunity for you.
And I just want to say something before we do actually go into this. I'm going to take my pick already. I'm going to ask you who you thought you guys thought won. I'm already going to take my pick because the person I picked to win, he already won and he wasn't even in it. And guess who it is? Yeah, it's Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect wasn't even in the pose down, and yet he still won. in my opinion, Rick Rude fans, don't crucify me. All right, here we go.
You to determine the winner by your response, by your approval or disapproval. The winner in the Super Pose Down will be the People's Choice.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at, they're biased already, Monsoon. They don't like the guy. Simple. This isn't personalities,
I
it's
sent a
bias.
challenge to the Ultimate Warrior for
Repulsive
the
Rick
Super
Rude.
Pose Down
I don't
to prove one thing. Not only am I the best built man in the WWF,
No, that's Curt Hennig.
but Ravishing Rick Rude will show you why he is the sexiest man alive.
That's Curt Hennig. Curt Hennig is the
Well,
sexiest
that's
man
also
alive.
debatable. Yeah, I asked somebody that's had the rude awakening, Milk.
He's an idiot.
See, the first thing they should do is make him wipe that facial paint off.
I agree. He shouldn't have
Why
had
is
the
that?
face
Because
paint
your
on.
face is part of your body. Yeah, but
I
Well,
think
because
everybody-
he was a warrior. That's
Rick
it.
Rude,
Yeah, I
Bobby
know he
Jones.
was a warrior, and that was a
Please,
part of the
let's
warrior.
get the
But
Super
I
Pose
still
Down
think
underway. With 4, do we have a problem?
Do I have a problem?
Yes.
That's my problem.
he has that
This is a
little.
pose down.
What is that thing called?
I
The
want somebody to be
bendy
able to
bar or
control
something.
him. It's very simple.
It's not
All
the.
he's got to do
Like women would
try
have
to
one
make
for their
these
thighs,
lovely
where they would
fans
push it in and out with their thighs.
vote for him.
Thigh
It's that
master?
simple. But we know
That looks like an
Houston
arm master,
is a
you know?
very intelligent
For
town,
your arms.
and there's only going to be one choice.
And I guess
Or
your
Bruce
core.
the Barber.
All right, with that,
Heenan, Lion
these
through his
Brutus the
teeth.
Barber? Did he have
four
one?
distinctive and
Okay.
different
Well, no,
poses.
he had the
The
hedge trimmers.
Oh
Challenge
yeah,
the Ultimate
cutting
Warrior.
and strutting.
Come on, and Ravishing Rick Rude. What is going to be your first pose?
The first pose, little man, will simply be a double bicep pose. Now, what you want to look for is the peak in the bicep, the definition, and the all-around symmetry of the sexiest man alive.
All right, I wanted you.
Yeah,
we
you would
did
have
that
given it
once
to Rick
before,
Rude
remember?
there, Jesse.
I was not the judge at that. You were the judge and the
I
jury.
was
You gave
not
this
the
guy
judge
the award.
at that.
Let's see the
I was
double
just a
bicep from
presenter
the
award.
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh boy.
Why does he keep pumping up over there in the corner, Jess? Between posers. You don't see this guy having to do that, do you? Look at
Yeah, he
that.
definitely has
Those
bigger
biceps.
muscles. I mean, look at that.
Unfortunately.
I think it's hands down for that one, Jess. No way.
What do you think?
His posing
How about
technique is
the Ultimate
horrible.
Warrior?
Jumping up and down and pounding on his chest.
I think the crowd is all in
You never saw Arnold
unison.
pound his chest and
This will
jump
be
up
the
and down
second.
when he won
In
Olympia.
4 different poses.
I don't know.
All
I
this
didn't
time.
watch Olympia.
I like these people to understand. I don't care if they like him or not, but they've got to be fair and vote for the best body. You know, explain it to them.
Well, if anybody would know about fair play, Bobby Heenan, you would. Rick Rude, Gentlemen, please, let's try to move this along in an orderly fashion. What are we going to see this time?
My next pose, little man, happens to be my specialty, the pose that sets me apart from every other man on the face of the earth, and it's called Best Abs.
Yeah.
Right.
Best abs,
Best
huh?
Abdominals.
Best
From
abs.
the back.
Best
Now
abs.
what?
Best abdominals.
Best
That's
abs.
your
What's in
stomach.
the back?
I know what a stomach.
Well, that's not quite fair.
Yeah, that wasn't quite fair.
right. It's not
Ultimate
fair.
Warrior, be my guest with
Okerlund's
the
out there prodding
abdominals.
them. Abdominals now by the reigning Intercontinental Champion. Oh, look at that, Jess. Too smooth, Monsoon. Too
Yeah, I
smooth
agree.
definition.
Too smooth. Not a lot of definition.
Down far enough. Too smooth, much too smooth. Look, there's not that fine line. But he's 5 times thicker than Ravishing Rick. But in abdominals,
And this,
works against
the hell is that?
Listen to the ovation. They love the guy, Jess. Let's be realistic. Yeah, but they're not being fair.
Let's continue on with the super
Ravishing
pose
Rick
down.
continues.
Gentlemen,
What
let's
is
move
that
this
thing he's
along
got,
if we
Jess?
can.
A bowl worker of some kind.
Yeah,
I
a
don't know
bow
what it
This
is.
is
worker.
the
Pumps
third
him up. She's
of
pumping
four
up with it.
poses.
I would say it's
I need about
a
15 minutes.
arm
15
or
minutes.
like
I need 15
bicep,
minutes to get ready for this
kind
one.
of like the thigh master,
Oh, you
like a
can't
bicep
have that.
master maybe.
We'll have you disqualified. The people are making a choice. They won't stand for that.
Okay.
Well, what other
I'm
poses
just
could
gonna
they
show
gonna
the
be giving
lovely
us
people
here
in
now?
Houston
That's the back
what a
one,
true
or-
competitor
I got a feeling
is.
it could be back or
Ravishing
most
Rick Rude is
muscular.
right.
All right, Rick Rude, step on up front and center in the super pose down. What are we going to see for your third pose down move?
For my third move, divot head, I'm going to call this the most muscular pose.
The most muscular.
The most muscular. Remember, Houston,
We'll beat that, I think.
Most muscular.
Most muscular.
Well, come
by
on,
the
Warrior.
reigning
Let's see what you got.
Title holder. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Ha! No comment, Jess? My comment is his hair's too long. You can't see his
hair's too
traps.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
You
shut
can't
up.
see his
That's
trapezius.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Rude all the way. You think so? Certainly.
No, I said Curt all the way, and he wasn't even in it.
Yeah, but for everybody at home, it's me that judges.
Wow.
Keenan
All right,
looks
here we
upset.
go with the fourth to put the finishing touches on the super pose down. Rick Rude, this is your final opportunity to win over the great folks here at the Houston Summit.
That must be
What is
weird.
going to be your fourth
Like Bobby,
and
seriously?
final maneuver in the super pose down?
Maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're wrestling here, guys.
You're not
Maneuver.
ready, if you're not ready by now, I don't know what all this is going to accomplish. Obviously, the
Obviously,
ultimate
he's already
warrior,
lost.
Mr.
Why did they
Regan
get
and
some
Ravishing
ignorant
Rick Rude
fool like Okerlund
is
out
ready.
there?
Yeah,
This
they
is
could have
the
got
fourth
you out
and
there,
final.
right?
Certainly. Sure.
Oh my
Made it
All right, a few
completely
push-ups.
unbiased. Doing a few push-ups.
Like that's really gonna make a
What are we going to
difference.
see? He didn't say, did he?
I mean, it might.
Enough is enough. What?
Come on.
Warrior getting a little upset with the delay here, and I don't blame him. Why? You don't interrupt. Posing is a personal thing. I remember, Jess, when I went to some of these weightlifting contests,
If
they never
I
gave
can
guys
prevail
chance to
upon
work
you,
out
Mr. Rude,
between poses.
What is your
First of
fourth
all,
pose
Gorilla,
going
it's
to
not
be
weightlifting.
to cap off
It's,
the
yes,
season
it's
here
posing.
at the Royal Rumble?
My last exhibition, little man, I'm going to call a medley of poses. We're going to see how
A
the
medley.
warrior can put everything together.
A muscular montage. So what did you think?
You don't have to lie about it.
Really?
Listen to that. Look at that response, Monsoon.
We're not going to leave anything to chance. Remember, the winner of this one is the People's Choice. Finally, his fourth maneuver in the super pose down, the Ultimate Warrior.
I know what
Now, I
Ravishing's
hope
gonna
this,
say when he loses. He didn't get enough
This
chance
baby
to
oil,
pump up
I
and
hope
work
it was
out.
water because
I know that.
Bobby
It's
shoots it
gonna
right
be a
in
pop-out.
Warrior's mouth.
Oh, look at that.
Just watch. Yeah.
Boy, is this guy put together.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Huh.
He was a bouncer. I know that. Jim was a bouncer.
Monsoon, nobody won nothing yet.
Like Hogan, he got his posing from Hogan.
It's kind of obvious to me, Jess.
It's the muscular montage.
Look, he almost fell over trying to do that twisted back roll.
So watch, Bobby sprays his stuff. I hope that was water. You got it right in Warrior's mouth.
With that steel bar, just nailed him. There's your winner right there, Monsoon.
Woohoo!
Look, if this is crazy, let's get somebody in there.
See how he's not hitting him?
Warrior just about out. Look at that most muscular on Rude right there. Look at that. He's choking him out. There's your winner right there, Gorilla.
Now, this is after the Jake stuff.
He took the decision right out of these idiots' hands and made it himself. Good for him. What a despicable display by Ravishing. Who knows how serious this guy's hurt? He got clobbered right in the back of the head by that steel workout bar.
All right. So that is the super pose down, guys. Thoughts, and then we'll wrap up. Let's start with Matt.
I think, as far as the crowd is concerned, Ultimate Warrior would have won the best mustache contest.
And he didn't even have one, right? I will save my comments for last because, like I said, the one person who I thought won wasn't even in it. So, Alex.
Ultimate Warrior definitely won that, no question.
Although Rick did try. He did try at that one. I thought Rick had a good body. I just of course Warrior was so much more muscular than he was, but again, I'm a little partial because the man I think won wasn't even in it, and it was Curt Hennig. So I would have loved to have seen a pose down between Rick Rude and Curt Hennig, because I would pick Curt all the way. Of course, I'm a little partial, like I said.
I know this one's different, but we should also do one with Tori Wilson and Sable from Judgment Day in 2003.
Oh my! I know you two would be on that. I'll be over in the corner.
We could do it on Rumble, or wherever.
Yeah, I'll be like, nope, not doing it, not watching. Ladies, I got titties too. Okay. Anyway, oh, thank you guys so much. I know this probably went for like almost an hour. Though I didn't know what to do at the beginning. I think I was just going to do the super pose down. It was going to be like, 20 minutes to a half hour. But I wanted to do that, a little extra bonus where it was Curt and Rick in there, in a tag team. And other than Survivor Series, they really didn't tag team anymore unless they had done more house shows like that. But for all I know, it was like Survivor Series, and then that was the last Survivor Series that Rick would do. He would eventually go on to WCW. So Matt, what do you say about the match and this program?
Well, Rick Rude was a great wrestler. He was so good at what he did. I couldn't stand him growing up. I always was booing him with everyone else. But that shows how good he was.
Heel. That's
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. He wanted that. He fed off that. You can tell. He's great at it.
Right. And this would be the ending to like right before Curt came in, or Curt was in it, but he was only having dark matches. He wasn't having matches on TV. So when Curt finally comes on TV in September of '88, and we we'll watch the I can't remember what episode, but it's SD Jones. He wrestles SD Jones. I think that is coming up within the next couple of weeks, so we will watch along to that match with the SD Jones, so that will already be out. If you want to stop this and you want to check that out, just make sure you come back to this one. But yeah, any final thoughts, Alex, on this episode, this match, and then the pose down?
I mean, like I said, the match wasn't really anything special. It's just, like I said, it was just a typical generic tag team match like I've seen many times before. The showdown was kind of cool, but I think what I would like to see next, even though this one's a little different, but the Triple H Scott Steiner one from 2003.
Okay.
That'd be fun to look at next, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to finish my thought, this was like I said, Curt would do SD Jones, and then that would be around the time where Jake the Snake and Rick Rude would have their feud. Okay, so this had I think it was Jake's second wife, Cheryl Roberts, in it.
Mhm.
So Cheryl would she would come onto the road with Jake, and actually he would Rick Rude would try to help her. There is a rib that Jake talked about. Now take this with a grain of salt, because Jake was known to lie about stuff, or at least stretch the truth a bit. I saw something about where Jake the Snake said, they would actually pay these women to do the rude awakening for him. So like it was like $500 or something. So they would give you $500 for you to go up there and French kiss Rick Rude. I'd rather French kiss Curt Hennig. Don't tell anybody. Okay. No, they would have these women come up and French kiss him, and then they would fall on the ground and be like, they're all happy. Then it was called the Rude Awakening. He said one of the girls, Jake said one of his mistresses, you can't make this up, said one of his mistresses was asked to, kiss Rick Rude. And she came up to Jake and like, how dare they ask me that? I'm dating somebody else, blah, blah, blah. She was dating Jake, even though Jake was married. And Jake goes, dude, tell him you're going to say yes. Hey, because Jake was a big into drugs, right? If you get $500, you can buy the drugs, right? So Jake says they went out so I guess she went back and said, okay, fine, I will kiss Rick Rude, whatever. So Jake says they went out to the parking lot so she could perform fellatio on him. And she had his seed in her mouth. And he said, I want you to remember this moment and tell Rick Rude about this moment. Before you spit, I want you to make sure you tell Rick Rude that you had my seed in your mouth. Oh, shit. Because remember, she's gonna French kiss Rick Rude, right? Oops. Oh my god. Can you imagine Rick's face? He'd be like, that motherfucker.
Is that where he gets the nickname Jake the Snake, or
No. Actually, Jake said he didn't even like snakes. He just it was kind of like a cool name. Somebody the Snake, I forget, it wasn't Jake the Snake, but it was like Billy the Snake or something like that. He had seen somewhere on a billboard, and he hated snakes. But and he said that snake would go on the plane with him everywhere. And he said one time in Japan, he was over in Japan with a snake, and there's a guy deathly scared of snakes. I mean, really scared. And that snake
too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of snakes, but I mean, there's like little garter snakes. I'm like, oh, hello. The snake's like, get away from me. But like this guy, I mean, the snake must have felt this guy's fear, and the snake got loose through the toilet system, through the pipes.
Oh my
and
God.
He said he wished he could have seen this guy's face. The snake popped up into the toilet and is looking at this guy, and this guy's freaking the fuck out. He's like, ah! And Snake's going, where the hell did that snake get to?
the original snake on a plane?
It wasn't on a plane. It was in a hotel in Japan. Like, literally came up out of the toilet. Can you imagine a snake coming out of the toilet and going, I am your nightmare? Oh my God. I'd be shitting myself. I don't know about y'all, but especially if I was like really scared of snakes. I mean, I'm not really, like I said, I go, oh, David, he's so cute. And really he was devenomized. So, and there were several snakes actually.
But I would definitely say the biggest snake of them all is Elizabeth Warren.
Can you guys give me just a second?
No, I remember when Earthquake was messing with Jake the Snake on. That was interesting.
Yeah. Are you into politics as well, Matthew?
Not really. I try to stay out of that. How about you?
Yeah. Steph and I are really big into politics. The reason why I said Elizabeth Warren is because it's politician. If you would have known the history between her and Bernie Sanders, what happened in 2019, that you would know about why people would call her a snake.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that went over my head.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, we're going to wrap up here. I have to thank my beautiful, beautiful guests. Thank you so much, Matt. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like a snake now. Okay. Thank you so much, Matt Collins. Again, I will see you tomorrow when we actually record the Black Magic Talk, and we're going to talk about everything about Thanksgiving. I'd like to thank my wonderful guest, Alex. Thank you so much for coming on, Alex. I know this is sort of like you're more into the 90s, late 90s stuff.
And 2000s, yeah.
And 2000s. I will try to get we could do a Rick Rude thing where he is in fact I'm planning on doing sometime in the near future. He was at Uncensored with Curt in 98. So it was they rebranded or redid the whole Bret Hart Curt Hennig thing in 98. So eventually, they will have another Bret Hart, and then of course who's at ringside, Rick Rude is. So I was really I'm sorry?
Was that WCW or WWF?
Yes. Rick Rude, after his back, would never come back to wrestling because of the insurance thing, which was dumb and retarded. But and I've said this many times to many of my Rick Rude fans, to be honest, if I had known that he couldn't come back because of that, I would have raised a bunch of money. And technically in 98, I was only 12 years old. So, I mean, I would still want to raise money for him and get him back into the ring. Because I think we all missed out on Rick Rude 4.0 or whatever. I think it would have been a great run. He would have had a great run in the WCW if he was allowed to wrestle. Only he was not allowed to wrestle. He was only allowed to manage. And he managed Curt. So, but I would do so many drives, for school, and break stuff. And then, be here, Rick, here's the money, give the money to Lords of London, tell them to go get screwed and get back in the ring. That's just something I would do if I had known that he, couldn't get back in the ring because of that. So, all right. Thank you everyone for watching. And again, we will be back next week. I believe next week we are going to watch along to Curt's match with Jumping Jim Brunzell. This is round 2. This was in 88. I was just kind of good. We're going to do week to week that I see for prime time when Curt's on it. I'm not going to really do the Royal Rumble because he doesn't stay in it for, and I could do the 1989 one where he stays in it. Curt stays in it for 20 minutes. And then of course, guess who throws him out? Hulk Hogan. Every single year, Hulk Hogan would throw him out of the Royal Rumble until he went to 2002 when Stone Cold pulled him out. I'm like, he could only stay in there unless Hogan was in there, and then Hogan would throw him out. And I'm like, oh, good. So, anyway, thank you so much. We will be back next week with Jumping Jim Brunzell episode. Of course, check me out on Black Magic Talk with the lovely, and I actually got it right this time, the lovely Matt Collins over here. Alex, you'll be back on next Sunday, hopefully, when we review or preview, or no, it's review. We review the Survivor Series 2024 and the War Games. They kind of combined them. I don't know why they would combine them, but whatever. Unless they're going to do the 3 cages or 2 cages. The 2 cages that they used to do in WCW. That was War Games for me. That was War Games when, that was the greatest heel turn that Curt ever did. But anyway, it might get for Gab.
Cage matches, the Hell in a Cell matches, they don't mean anything anymore if there's no blood anymore. and all that stuff.
That's true. I mean, look at Drew McIntyre and
Punk.
and CM Punk. Yeah, I mean, and actually McIntyre took a big blow to his head right there and had to have stitches, real stitches, because he hit him with the with the box. Like, ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, that one is actually good, but yeah, you're right. They have overdone them. I just the only Hell in a Cell I remember, to be honest with you, is the one where Undertaker threw Mankind off. And then there was that botch where the cage gave way. Oh no! And Mick Foley went bam.
Yeah.
So, all right, thank you so much, guys. We will be back next week. Just me, myself, and I will be back with the round 2 of Jumping Jim Brunzell and Curt Hennig. So remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Okay, guys, this is where we're going to do some shameless plugs here. So the first shameless plug, if you could please go over to my other show, which is Black Magic Talk. I will put the links in all the description fields. If you could just kind of browse it, if you are not only a wrestling fan, but you like Wicca or paganism, and you'd like to learn more about it. We just did some recent episodes. So if you'd like to hop over there, just click the link in the description field. If you would like to give to the Black Magic Talk Patreon, that link will be in the description field. And again, if you would like to have a tarot reading on the show, you can DM me on X. My link for that X will be in the description field. If you would like to do one off the show, you can also just DM me and I will give you my rate. My co-host is Matt Collins. He can also give you a tarot reading on the show or off the show. If it's on the show, all you would have to do is become a Patreon supporter for $5 a month. You get all kinds of perks. And again, we can let you know when you can come on the show. And if you'd like to do it off the show, Matt can definitely give you his rating for doing tarot. The next shameless plug I would like to do is, of course, Pro Wrestling Talk will always be on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is scheduled to change, but Angel and I will let you know on the Wrestling X. So if you would like to DM us at any time, me and Angel, my link will be in the description field for my Wrestling X, and that is for Pro Wrestling Talk and also for this podcast, Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. If you would like to give to the Patreon, I have for Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. Again, you can go and look in the description field. It should be there. I have $1, $3, $5, and $10. The other show is just $1, $5, and $10. I'm sorry, it's $3, $5, and $10, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. But if you could give, thank you in advance. If you would like to ask any questions for Pro Wrestling or Black Magic Talk, you are free to direct message me on X or Angel, my host for Pro Wrestling Talk. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, unless it is scheduled to change, but we will definitely let you know beforehand. So, of course, this show, I'm going to do a shameless plug for this show. Again, $1, $3, $5, and $10 you can contribute on Patreon. If you would like to give on Cashapp, I will take donations on Cashapp, but direct message me on X if you would like to do that, and I will give you my handle. So if you have any questions like about the show or any technical questions, you can always direct message me on my X, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. The next shameless plug I would like to do is for Hardlands Media, Kit Cabello, someone I call a good friend of mine. Please check him out. He is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and that would be 10 p.m. Eastern. So 9 a.m. Central, he is Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on when you can catch him in a good mood for a Saturday brunch. If he does do Saturday brunch, I usually am sleeping or at work. So, but check him out. He's really good on politics, and I have the pleasure of calling him friend. Some more shameless plugs. If you could also subscribe to Angel in the Afternoon. He does a great job on politics as well. And that's Angel in the Afternoon. And he's usually on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. That is also scheduled to change. If you have any questions about it, he'll usually let you know. And he will definitely, you can direct message him if you need to get a hold of him. The last one is Deconstructing. His name is Dave. I really recommend him too. He has a little podcast on YouTube. All you'd have to look up is Deconstructing Topics, and he does some really good stuff. I really recommend you guys check him out. Subscribe to everybody I just said here, and check them out. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Hey, Curt Hennig fans, just want to let you know that the ending outro song is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Thank you all for listening. And remember, everyone, no one beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.
He walked into the ring, a legend set to soar. In the flashing lights you could hear the crowd roar. With a twinkle in his eye, a swagger in his stride, Curt Hennig, he was more than a star in their eyes. From the farms of Minnesota to the wrestling hall, he stood undefeated through it all. A father, a friend, a hero we'd see, perfect in the memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rise to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we see, perfect in the memories for you and me. In the quiet of the evening, stars shining bright, you'd hear tales of his glory, longing to the night. With a grip like a vice, and a smile that gleamed, he lived every moment like out of a dream. His days in the sun, and the nights in the cold, the stories of Curt never grow old. Remember the laughter, the battles hard fought, perfectly missed, but never forgot. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rise to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we see, perfect in memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rise to his feet. Though he's gone now,